I'm Jackie.
I'm Kyle, and we have...
Selective attention.
We love characters.
We love the tragic ones, we love the heroes, we love the scoundrels.
My minimum price for taking a stranded woman to a telephone is $400.
We love them all, but most of all, we love those lovely ones.
Yeah, lovely characters are there for you when you need them. They pick you up when you're down, they set you right when you're being an ass, they do other stuff. Yeah, and because of this, we feel that they should be revered.
You could probably find a lot of lovely characters in horror, comedy, but how many lovely people have you seen in sci-fi?
Including novels, movies, and television? Lots.
Okay, but what about science fiction television over the last 20 years?
Less.
Sci-fi usually have a lot of people making choices that are not only based on survival, but things that have far-reaching consequences.
Yeah, and because we say there's nothing lovelier than realizing that your choices have far-reaching consequences, we're gonna select our favorite 4
loveliest characters in all of sci-fi television over the last 20 years.
My first selection of loveliest characters in sci-fi television over the last 20 years is Captain Jack Harkness from Doctor Who and Torchwood. Doctor Who being the long-running British science fiction show with a bunch of different showrunners, and Torchwood being the spin-off that was created by Russell T Davies from 2006 to 2011. The thing that makes Captain Jack lovely in my eyes is that he's an immortal, time-traveling, pansexual being who really wants to...
He wants to kiss everything.
Captain Jack Harkness, and who are you?
Captain Jack Harkness, and who are you?
Captain Jack Harkness.
Stop it.
Can I say hello to anyone?
But once you get to know him, you realize that his flirtiness is genuine. He's into you and you are into him. Not only that, but he's incredibly competent and considerate.
Torchwood did, and you're part of it.
The old regime was destroyed at Canary Wharf. I rebuilt it. I changed it. And when I did that, I did it for you in your honor.
I don't know if that's lovely, but it's nice to be able to put your faith in someone like that.
Yeah, someone trustworthy. It's
Right.
able to trust someone.
It's also hard to separate the character from the actor in this regard because John Barrowman, he might be one of the loveliest people around.
My first selection is Felix Dawkins from Orphan Black. Orphan Black is the Canadian science fiction thriller series created by Graham Manson, and it ran from 2013 to 2017. And they were some of the best years of my life. Felix is the younger, sarcastic brother of Sarah Manning and her large group of sisters. He is very brave, loyal, and he gets all the best lines in that show.
Do not snap towels at me, Bobby. I had a very traumatic childhood.
The Rhine in Spain falls mainly on the plain.
Okay, Eliza, holy shit. I don't leave prints when I burgle. Gay friend.
Acting coach.
Oh, that's perfectly fine here. Which one?
And he will do anything for the sisters, and I do mean anything.
I have a knife and I will stab you in the face.
He also demands respect. Like, he won't be walked all over. He remains lovely and thoughtful throughout it all, but he knows that he should be treated just as he treats others. And I feel like that's not something that some of these characters sometimes get.
True. My next selection is Poe from Altered Carbon. Altered Carbon is a cyberpunk series created by Leda Kalogridis, and it ran for 2 seasons on Netflix from 2018 to 2020. Poe is different from the other characters we've mentioned so far in that he is AI, or artificial intelligence. He's not like other AI on the show. He's loyal and loving, and he's deeply infatuated with humans. And as proprietor of the Raven Hotel, he uses this as an opportunity to learn more about them.
Why you always pretend to be one of them? Dress like them, talk like them. It's so weird.
I find humans fascinating.
I absolutely love Poe. He's also relatively mild-mannered, and that serves as a wonderful juxtaposition with a show that is as dark and violent as Altered Carbon is.
Yeah, because between him and Kinnaman's pink unicorn backpack, there's actually a great dynamic. Like, you're actually going to smile.
Yeah.
Are you serious right now? Deadly.
Without Poe, I think it would be much harder to get through that series.
I agree. My next selection is Astrid Farnsworth from Fringe. Fringe is a science fiction series created by J.J. Abrams, Roberto Orci, and Alex Kurtzman, and it has Leonard Nimoy in it.
Yeah, he's there.
It ran from 2008 to 2013. Astrid is a young FBI agent that gets pulled into the insanity that is Fringe. She is so patient, not only with Walter and his resistance to call her by her name, but also with everything going on around them. The psychedelic drugs, the monsters, the experiments, alternate timelines, and parallel universes. She does everything and handles it all with love and humor.
That's a lot of stuff to handle. Yeah. Next selection. When this show was on, we had an absolute blast watching it. Since then, it's gotten a lot of flack. It was a drama sci-fi series created by J.J. Abrams, Jeffrey Lieber, Damon Lindelof, and it ran from 2004 to 2010. I am talking about Lost. I'm talking about Lost. For me, the loveliest character on that television show has to be Hugo Hurley Reyes. Hurley is the softest, sweetest, most huggable character on an island full of jerks.
What's your problem, Jumbotron? Shut up, redneck man. Touche.
Amidst all of the shit that these characters had to go through, smoke monsters, explosions, no water, just dire circumstances, Hurley built a golf course. Because what people needed in that moment was a way to relax and unwind.
My next selection is Joyce Byers from Stranger Things. Stranger Things is a science fiction horror series created by the Duffer Brothers. It began on Netflix in 2016, and it's still running. It actually got renewed for a 4th season. I have a soft spot for moms and dads that actually believe their kids. It doesn't seem to happen as often as you think it would across all genres. So when I do see it, I grab onto it and I don't let go. And that's exactly what Joyce Byers is. She is such a sweet individual. She doesn't have a malicious bone in her body. She just wants to take care of her kids and be a good person. And I find that achingly lovely.
I had a really hard time choosing one character from the cast of Firefly. Firefly is a space western created by Joss Whedon, and it ran for only 1 season back in 2002. The whole crew is really lovely, all of them. But if I had to choose only one, it would have to be Kaylee Fry. Kaylee is deeply passionate about what she does as a mechanic. She gets shit done. Serenity runs because of her. Forget about Captain Tight Pants. It's all about Kaylee. What solidified her loveliness for me was the episode where she goes to the ball with Mal. They're doing some heist or something, but she purchases this hideous dress. She loves it because it's pink and it's got ruffles. And she approaches a group her age.
I just love this party. Everything's so fancy and there's some kind of hot cheese over there.
And these elitist punks turn their noses up at her and it breaks your heart. But then like 2 seconds later, we cut to her being surrounded by a bunch of people that are just fawning over her because she's talking gear with them.
I've been telling her to buy an 8010 for years.
We'll stand her snap off, no matter how good the engine's cycling.
Miss Gayle, I wonder if I could request...
Wait a minute, let her talk, she's talking.
By the way, the 8010's the same machine. They just changed the plating. Hope no one noticed.
To me, that's the lovely bit about Kaylee. She's passionate about what she does, and she looks at everything with joy and optimism.
My last selection is Steven Universe from Steven Universe.
I love Steven.
Yeah. Steven Universe is an animated sci-fi series created by Rebecca Sugar. It ran from 2013 to 2019. It included a film and an epilogue series called Steven Universe Future. Steven might just be the absolute sweetest human gem hybrid ever. He is a preteen who lives in Beach City with the crystal gems. So garnet, pearl, and amethyst. And they're alien gemstones who protect the Earth. His father's Greg Universe, the kind of older rock star who lives in his van. And his mom was Rose Quartz, who was the leader of the Gem Rebellion and ended up giving up her life to make Steven. And she kind of gave him a lot of baggage that he ended up having to deal with. From a very young age, he is gentle, nurturing, and so forgiving. The most that I've ever seen. He doesn't like seeing anyone upset, even people trying to actively do him harm. He'll be like the first character to help them and make them feel better. And he's actually the first character we've mentioned so far that is the main character of the series.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he is Steven Universe of Steven Universe. He is always trying to make sure people are happy and taken care of and that they feel loved.
Pearl! I know you miss space and I know you worked hard, but sometimes you just gotta know when to bail.
So this is our list. Who is on yours?
Do you have any other ideas for lovely people in sci-fi from the last 20 years?
Yeah, we probably missed a few, I would imagine, seeing as we haven't gotten a chance to watch all of the sci-fis.
Who's got the time? We would love to hear your list, and we would just like to talk lovely people.
Yeah, I think we could all deal with a dose of lovely.
Yeah, I could.
What do you think we should do next?
I don't know.
She doesn't know.
People who need a pet turtle.
How about people who could really use a hug?
That's too many people.